Hi everyone, it's time for a sketchbook tour. This time it's Shiba Inu edition. To celebrate 100 subscribers on my channel, I decided to fill this sketchbook with Shiba Inus. I had a lot of fun experimenting with styles and mediums, and it was definitely challenging to finish. But I found it really rewarding and I learned a lot. So let's get right into it and make sure to like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. Most of my fun ballpoint drawings are near the end of the sketchbook, so definitely stick around to see those too. So let's just start with the sketchbook cover. This is a Strathmore sketchbook, and here I've painted a Shiba celebrating with the number 100. I painted this using acrylic paint, and I have this process in another video on my channel, so definitely check that out if you're interested. I used golden acrylic paints here, and I really like how it turned out. And starting with the first few pages, these are some happy Shibas, and I was using a mix of fine liners and ballpoint pens here. This next one, really cute, just peeking through a fence. I had a lot of fun working with fine liner here, but also colored pencil. Here, just continuing to work with fine liner. I think for a few of these, I was really just starting to warm up and get a sense of the Shiba's anatomy and different gestures. And these are when I started to pick up my brush pen and I really wanted to work with it a little bit more. I used to do a lot more brush pen work, but since I haven't done that in a while, I thought it'd be really fun to just push a different style and work on the shading of this a bit more. This is another brush pen example. So this is probably another day. I use ballpoint pen a lot, so I think I was probably warming up here. But this is really nice just to get the flow of the lines moving and do a gesture study here. And this is where I started to push into and experiment a lot more with patterns. This one, you can see I was just using a ballpoint colored pencil and there's patterns on the coat. And here's a blue one, and I'm really just working with different patterns in the background here. This next one's a fine liner one. And this one is super fun because I was just being really creative and starting to break apart the forms and playing with these flowy elements over here. Another fine liner one. And another. This one as well. I think this one I was experimenting with a different colored background. So this section that I'm getting into is all about simplification. I'm also really interested in working or developing a style that's really simple alongside my more realistic ballpoint drawings. So these are just Shibas that I felt really inspired by looking around, and I wanted to draw some more like cute style Shibas. These are a lot simpler because I'm just using fine liner and colored pencil and just trying to keep things minimal. This one, I started to incorporate patterns as well, and this one, the same. And this one's just another example of a ballpoint drawing that I'm doing here and there. So now I'm just continuing on the simple drawings here. I think this one was interesting because I was also playing a little bit with how many shadow elements or pattern elements I want to introduce. I thought these were really fun to just study the gesture of the Shibas. and then play with different ways to incorporate different patterns. So now this is where things start to get really interesting. I got this new set of ballpoint pens of different colors and I really wanted to work with them. So I would say the theme of this next section is really just all about colors. And let me grab these ballpoint pens. But yeah, these are the new colors that I got. So I was really excited to work with these. These drawings turned out really well, so I'm really excited to play with these more in the future. But this one's just starting with the purple here. I'm using ballpoint pen for the line work, some brush pen for the shading, and then color pencil in the back. And this one was using the blue, but just layering a lot of the pen, color pencil, and brush pen. Here, just one with black. Sometimes when I see a drawing that I'm really interested in studying, but more just focusing on the gesture or the shape or the values, I'll go back to black. This one I love because I just like the lines and how flowy they are. Another one in pink. And then another one in black. This one was really cute, just a little puppy poking out in purple. And I have some shorts coming out on some of these as well, so stay tuned. This one was one of my favorites because it was just so cute. I really loved working with the puppy proportions because most of the dog drawings I was doing, they were more of full-grown dogs. This one, another one in black. And then here's one in red. So I feel like I haven't really figured out how I want to work with red yet. This is just one example, but I think I'm going to keep trying to work with the red more. Here's a study that I really liked the pose of. So I worked in black for this one just because I wanted to focus on the gesture and proportions here. Another one, but this time in blue. And this one, a happy Shiba. So yeah, you can see that because I work in ballpoint pen, definitely I do not get to cover up my mistakes very much. But yeah, you can see all these different lines, but I really like the feel that it gives the drawing as well. Another study in black. One in purple. And so at this point, I was getting a little tired of studying Shiba photos, and I saw this Shiba latte, and I thought it was a great chance to just draw something different and get myself past that block. And to just continue doing something very different, I did this more illustrative Shiba drawing here. Another study in black. And here's another one. And then one in blue. Really liked how the colors turned out on this one. So I used similar colors, but just for a different Shiba. And some of these have shorts coming out too. So yeah, we're getting near the end. But when I was getting close to the end, I thought it'd be really fun just to push the simpler Shibas again. So yeah, you can take a look at a couple of these. These are using a felt tip pen and color pencil. These are sleeping. This one's peeking out. So yeah, I played a little bit with how their eyes look and their general face proportions. And this one, if you recognize, is from my channel icon. This is our mascot. And yeah, now we're down to our last two. So I thought I would bring everything together just by doing a couple of my favorite styles from the sketchbook. Here's a puppy that's looking away in blue. And then this is the last drawing. So I really liked how this one turned out. It was really challenging working with green, but I thought it was really fun and it turned out really well. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed going through my sketchbook. Overall, I thought this was a really fun challenge to keep developing my art skills. I definitely got to know the Shiba anatomy really well, and I learned so many different ways to draw them. So thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to like and subscribe or leave a comment on your favorite Shiba. And I will see you next time.